What's happening, YouTube? Creator Vapor back in the house. Got a fresh shave, everything. Today we're not doing a juice review, rather we are doing a hardware review on this little device right here, the Nerd Box. It's a little backwards because I can't flip the door around for you. But it's the Nerd Box, a little cute nerdy guy on here. What this box is a dual 18650 wired in parallel box mod, and it really is a truly awesome device. We're just going to go through some of the features here, and I'm going to show you. There's nothing on the back of the door or anything. It tells you what kind of box they use, you know. But here's the wiring for it. It has a little like inline on-off switch kind of deal, and you can, like, I just turned it off so it won't fire if I had my batteries in there and I push the really nice clicky button. It's not gonna fire. Then you flip it back up towards the button, it'll fire for you, everything like that. Let me grab this little thingy. I'm using one of these little keychain screwdrivers. I'm not gonna unscrew it, but you got all your wiring and everything in here. I don't have any fancy cameras to really show you. Down here is where your MOSFET chip is and everything. It is MOSFETted. It has heat shrink on the solder connections, and it's also like epoxied, or not really epoxied, it's lined inside the box so that it won't short if anything makes connection on the interior of the box. It also has solid soldering up in here on to the 510 connector. They use a looks like a slim profile, not Fat Daddy vapes, I would say. It kind of looks like one, but it's a slimmer profile. I'm really not quite sure what 510 connector they use on there, but I will say it is spring loaded. The threads are nice and smooth on there. It goes on really easy. It has little markers in there in the battery sled for you, so that you're not if you're a real dummy, you put your batteries in backwards and really screw up the box. But you won't do it with this because it has a MOSFET and other safety measures inside that are wired in, so it's not going to just blow up your batteries and blow up your whole box and ruin everything like I did with my first unregulated box mod. It's not fun having a hard short. Also, there are like the really cool blue wiring covers on there, so again, if there's anything exposed under there, it's not going to actually make connection to the box. I have the website pulled up here so I can give you the little specs in here. It is an unregulated box mod. We've said that, dual 18650. It does come with a 90-day warranty, and it also comes with a little authentication card. I can't remember where I put that myself because I'm a big dummy. I might have accidentally thrown it out, but I'm not planning on getting rid of this device. It is truly awesome. It does, hold on, I'm trying to see what I'm doing here so I can do stuff. Alright, it does have the stainless steel push button. It's really clicky. You can hear that. I don't know if you can, but it's really clicky. Really nice, deliberate throw. It doesn't feel like it's gonna crap out on you or stick anytime soon. You know, magnetic lid goes on there nice and strong. Stays on there. You know, it's not too bad to get off if you got nails or something, like a little bit of nail, because I bite my nails. I just get a little fingernail under there and it comes right off. It does stick on your refrigerator if you want to. It's not really advised because then you start scratching up like the paint and everything on it, and that's not cool, but it does it. Let's see, it has 14 gauge wire also ran throughout the box, so it reduces the voltage drop. The thicker gauge wire allows for the current, the electric current running from the batteries to your atomizer through the switch and everything, which is also what that MOSFET is for, to flow more evenly. It has more surface area to go across, so it doesn't have to travel through as much. There's a lower resistance in that wire, so it'll just travel through easily, smoothly. That's why thicker gauge, lower voltage drop, pretty much. It has the 22mm slim profile, 510. It is a spring-loaded connection in there, like I already said. Most atomizers sit flush on this. Like my Doge, this sits flush, but I had to do a little finicking stuff with the Doge itself because I had my center pin like spinning and such. I'll go over that in another review of the Doge. But I was eventually just able to screw in that 510 connection, and it sits flush on the box. My Tugboat V2 will not sit flush. Will not sit flush. There's about 1.5 millimeter gap. It just has that stupid long 510, just like all tugboats do. It's something you gotta live with. I kind of tend to not use it on here because that gap just drives me absolutely insane. I want to throw it at a wall, but it's not the box's fault. It's the tugboat's fault for having a stupid long 510, which I guess is more for hybrid mods and such like that. It really is. And then it also says perfect for cloud chasers and all-day vapors. And I gotta say, it really is. I'm gonna pop in my batteries here. I have MXJO batteries. These are 35 amp. Probably the pulse rating, I don't know. They're pretty much rewrapped LG HE2s, if you're familiar with those. We're gonna fire it up. There we go. See that monster? Now, I've been using the piss out of this thing. These batteries are not fresh batteries. I probably had them in here for about 2.5 hours. And the build I have in here is a 22 gauge parallel, 4 wraps. Now you do the math on that, and I can guarantee you it is below 0.1. It is dual coil because I'm a dummy and I like to do stupid builds. So this will probably last me about 6 to 7 hours on this build before I start noticing any sort of drop in the battery life. Now what we're going to go into is the difference between, if you're wondering or you have heard, there are series boxes and there are parallel boxes. What the parallel boxes, you wire the 2 batteries like you see this. Both batteries, the positives are up on them. That means both batteries are pushing the same amount of voltage, or it's being drained as if it's one battery. They're connected together on the same terminal, you know what I'm saying? So they're in parallel. So you get 4.2 volts regardless on a fresh charge, but you get the combined milliamp hour battery life. With series, it's you'll have one battery with the positive up and one battery with the positive down, and what that is essentially doing is that is like stacking batteries in a mod, or if you've ever seen a Congestus where people stack like freaking 6 batteries in that bitch. Why? I don't know. They're retarded. But as always, is like with new vapors and everything, they always say, oh, don't stack batteries, it's bad. It is unsafe. It's not the best thing to do, but in a box mod, it's not quite as bad, I guess. I don't know. It's a little finicky with that kind of stuff. If you build it right, if you know what the parameters are and everything like that, you can do it safely. Again, safely. It's still not very safe to stack batteries, especially if you don't have 2 batteries that are dedicated strictly for that. Now with parallel boxes, it is still recommended to have paired batteries, but it is not necessarily necessary for it. You don't need to, but it is recommended. Like, I don't, but my batteries also aren't draining unevenly right now. I have been cycling them through regularly on my mods and everything like that, using them all on. I make sure to use, if I make a build, I make sure to use all my batteries on that one build before I tear down and I use another build. Just so that I know they're being drained, you know, relatively close to the same thing. You know, so I keep them somewhat paired. But again, with this box mod, this thing, I get clouds for hours and hours and hours and hours, as opposed to me just running a regular mechanical mod, which I still do quite a bit, especially with my tugboat, because that's my flavor addy, and I can't stand using it on here because of that gap. But seriously, clouds for hours. It's there. It just keeps going and going and going. Like, this thing is evil. I mean, you see, I run the piss out of this thing. I'm running a freaking 22 gauge parallel build on here, and the box doesn't get hot. It's not like a mod. Like, a mod gets hot as fuck with this build. This, no warmth, no nothing, no nada. I don't feel it. The amperage is also split between the batteries, so it's not doing this. It's not going to heat them up like it will in a single battery 18650 mod. But with this product, I do highly recommend this thing. Highly recommended. It is a great box if you want just straight unregulated box. You want something that you can just throw in your batteries before you go to work, and you got something you can use all day on a regular build. You know what I'm saying? Like a regular, like 0.2, 0.25, 0.3, maybe a 0.16. You know, I still get probably about 6-7 hours on a 0.18, 0.15 if I'm chain vaping, just sitting around the house, just like going at it. You know, it's ridiculous. It is a very clean build, as you saw. Very, 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 very clean build in there. It's all nice and tidy. Short wires. Nothing is exposed in there. It's top notch. The pricing for these is $120. They are $120 for one. They come in. They have a white with a powder blue guy on it. They have a powder blue box with the white nerd cloud on there, and then they also have a brushed aluminum, and I'm not sure what color nerd cloud and logo and everything goes on there. It's probably powder blue also. Again, I'm not quite sure. I don't think it's in the pictures on their website. I can go check real quick if my computer will let me, which it is taking a while. Here we go. No, it's not in the picture, so it might be something that you can choose the color of it. Again, I highly recommend this box. If you actually hit up Eric PIzzolo yourself, I have seen him say that he can do it in either parallel or series if you want to. He may be working on something with a chip in it later on down the line. I don't know. But, hey, it's always worth an ask. Anything made by him, I will endorse. He does a great job on his boxes. He doesn't get any complaints from anybody, and the customer service from him, fan-freaking-tastic. Top notch. He does what he feels is needed to ensure your happiness in the product that you're getting from him. He, because just like any company should, unless you're like a freaking huge corporation, it doesn't really matter what the hell you do, because people are still going to buy from you because you have such a huge customer base. With a company like this, it's a small company, it's not massive, but it's still great that he does have quite a huge, customer base that will for the most part, and I know most of my friends that have these boxes stand behind this product fully. It is truly a great box. He will go above and beyond for the customer. You get more than what you pay for with this box. It's amazing. So, with that, I bid you guys adieu. Please like and subscribe. I want to get more into hardware reviews later on down the line, but I really wanted to get this out there for Eric because it's really a great product. So vape on, beard on, guys.